Bethan's Kitchen and Garden. Today I'm in the kitchen as I'm sowing some seeds. And I thought I'd show you the seeds I'm sowing because the method for these are slightly different to your usual planting them in soil and just leaving them go. Basically, I'm sowing some bilberry seeds and some alpine strawberry seeds, which need stratification to germinate. Stratification is basically where the seed needs a period of cold and damp to break through the seed barrier. So it breaks down the outer coating of the seed, which then causes the seed to germinate. And it essentially needs cold, so I'm going to put it in the fridge for 2 or 3 months. So I shall show you what I'm going to do now. I have the seeds here. These are the bilberry seeds, which are very, very small. A couple of years ago, my husband bought me a subscription for seeds, and they sent me through about 8 or 9 packets like this, all different seeds that you can sow at different times of the year. To do that, and I never got a chance to do it last year, so I'm giving it a try this year. I don't know how well the seeds will grow, but if I don't plant them, I won't know, will I? So they're both very small little seeds. Now these are the strawberry seeds, which I'm going to place onto this moist kitchen towel, and then I'll fold the kitchen towel up, put it inside a plastic bag, and then put the bag in the fridge for 2 months. And then I will just sow this kitchen towel into some compost, and hopefully the seeds will germinate. And with these bilberries, which I think taste like blueberries but are sweeter, these are going to go into this jar of soil, and exactly the same, I will lay the seeds on the top of the compost and put them in the fridge for 3 months. So I'm going to get on with placing those seeds onto the paper and the soil now. And I'm really looking forward to seeing my husband's face when he opens up the fridge and sees my jar of soil in there, because I haven't told him what it's for yet. And he will, I can see him now, he'll be like, how has her gardening actually now transpired to be in the fridge? I just want to make his head explode. Right, anyway, I'll get on with planting those, and I'll show you what it's looking like when I've done it. I've put the seeds on the one side of the kitchen towel so that when I fold it over, they should all stay fairly where they are. And I've put the bilberry seeds into the moist compost, but you won't be able to pick out those because they're so small, and I did mix them around a bit as well. So let's put them in the fridge, and hopefully in 2 or 3 months' time I'll have some little seedlings ready for germinating. I thought I'd put them in the salad drawer because my husband's less likely to go in the salad drawer. So I'll put them there for now and see how they get on. Because they're going into the fridge, they shouldn't need any more water, because the water that's in there shouldn't evaporate. So they should just be fine to stay there now for 2 to 3 months. I've been a bit late with sowing my peppers and aubergines and chilies this year. So let's go and have a look in the mini greenhouse and see what I've got sowing and if anything has come up. But I only sowed them last week, the end of February. So I don't expect anything much to have happened in this week. But I'll show you what I've got going on anyway. So this is the greenhouse at the moment. The majority of things have cloches on them. So I'll just take those cloches off for a minute and I'll show you what's going on. I won't take the cloches off on this side. These are just a load of bottles that I've put over the top of the soil to try and keep the warmth in, but I'm not really sure if they're doing much good, to be honest. So this is my heated propagator, and there's not an awful lot poking its head up at the moment, apart from one very brave melon plant, which really has surprised me. So I've got those 3 melons, 1 seed sown in each pot, and 1 has come up and 2 haven't. They can be a bit variable, melons. So I got Cape gooseberries there. I've got some chilies there. Some aubergines here. Not that we're seeing any action. Coriander seeds there that have come up. And red peppers here. And a different form of red pepper here. So that's what's going on in the heated propagator. Then this is some flower, some climbing flowers. Here's 2 beetroot trays, but I've only planted these yesterday, so I'm not expecting any growth yet. And again, with these over here, I've only planted these yesterday too. So I'm not expecting to see anything for a couple of weeks. Here in this corner, these are the survivors from the when the greenhouse went over in the storms, and this greenhouse has now been screwed to the wall after that. So we've got that pot there, and we've got some leek seedlings which managed to survive the fall. And what's really odd is there's a couple of cells that have no leeks come up at all. No leeks at all, which is really weird. This was fresh seed. So you can see that some cells have, you know, a couple of seedlings come up. Hardly any are just like one lone seedling. Most of them have 2 or 4 leek seedlings in them. And then there's about 5 cells here that have nothing in them, which is just bizarre, but it does mean that there is room for me to place my pot on there. And these are single, they'll be grown singly, those leeks in that pot. Then down here I've got some red onion sets. One is just beginning to break through, and there's multi-sown red onion sets there. Those are 2 elephant garlics I just couldn't resist when I was in Wilko's. And here I've got some multi-sown onions which are just beginning to emerge. These are not re-sown, they're fresh seed that I bought after I lost the other onion seedlings. And again, over here there's a couple of greenies poking their heads up. That is what is occurring in my greenhouse at the moment, and that is what I have sown so far. I do need to sow a couple of more onion seeds, as I don't think I've got enough. And in about 10 days or so I'll start to sow my tomatoes, but I'm leaving things this year to sow a bit later because I haven't got the garden at the back sorted out yet. And also I've learned from previous years that if you sow too early you just end up having to juggle everything in pots for ages and ages until they can go out into the ground. So I've learned to hold my horses and be a bit more leisurely about it, but not too leisurely, or otherwise the growing season will be over before I've got a a ripe tomato. So so I'll get cracking with them in the next couple of days. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I hope you've learned something about stratification and planting strawberry and bilberry seeds. I'll be excited to see if anything comes. I've tried it a little in the past and nothing's really happened, so I'm not expecting great results, but it's always worth a go, isn't it? So I'll catch you on the next vlog. All I can say about this vlog is lovely job.